All right. I think I'm recording. Wait, did I do it? Did I do it? Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for coming on tonight. Happy Monday. Happy May. I know we're a little bit into May already, but um, I am I wanted to start the call with a little recognition because I think we all deserve it because holy CEO promo code. Can we just say that? Um, kind of, I remember when they announced the second promo code, I was like, oh, here we go again. So I want to applaud you guys just for really taking the bull by the horns and taking advantage of that amazing promo that really rocked everyone's business, I think. And it's reflected in what I want to recognize everyone for, which is the amount of coaches we brought onto our team in April. On our team alone, we added 96 new coaches to the team. And the highest I've ever seen it has been in the 60s. So, and that was during like a incentive push month for recruiting. So I was blown away by that. So congratulations to all of you because that was hard work and, deserves to be recognized, obviously. And the second thing I want to recognize is that we had three new diamond coaches on our team last month, Caitlin, Jacqueline, and Nona. Holler girls, that is a huge accomplishment. Like, so proud of you guys. Jacqueline's on the call. I don't know if Caitlin is, I don't see her, but seriously, huge accomplishment. And I see more names pop up here in the next couple weeks, which is really, really cool. So congratulations, you guys. That's really just so amazing. Um, okay, and then I'm going to touch on a few upcoming dates. So May 19th, if you guys seen that date buzzing around, that's when Beachbody is going to announce a new nutritional product that's top secret that they're coming out with that I have actually been using for the past week. I can't say anything about it because I signed a non-disclosure agreement, but I'm excited for the network to finally find out about this product, and I think it's going to be a big launch. So I'm excited about that. So May 19th, I just saw Carl's going to go live on the champions page and talk about that. Diamond Retreat qualifications, August 26th. If you want to be at the Diamond Retreat here in Montana in Whitefish, every time I look out my window, see the resort, I think of us being there together. I can't wait. It's going to be in November, but you must be a paid diamond coach as of August 26th and hold your rank for 6 consecutive weeks following that. Even if you have been a diamond coach before, if you've lost rank and need to get it back, everyone qualifying for the retreat, whether you're a new diamond or an old diamond, you must be a diamond by August 26th and hold it for those 6 weeks to qualify to go. I cannot wait. Let's fill that freaking mountain chateau that we rented out. I can't wait. Summit rank qualifications for diamond and below coaches. If you're looking to achieve a rank for summit recognition, that is this June 3rd that you'll need to be that paid rank by. Star diamond qualifications already started, but if you're looking to be a diamond or below coach by then you need to hit that rank as of June 3rd or earlier. Our next team call is going to be May 24th is the next date. And with a special guest, I'm actually going to have someone from the corporate team who is with compliance join the call. I don't know if you guys have ever gotten an email from compliance saying like something about your spouse account or credit card information, and they just want to clarify. This happened to me. They always do this. They send out random emails, and I was just chatting back and forth with Jemima, who is one of the compliance team members. And I just said, thanks so much for always, setting me straight. And like, even 6 years in, this stuff is still confusing to me. And she's like, no problem. If you ever want me to do a team call and talk to your team about compliance related things, I would love to. And I said, yes, I would love that. So May 24th, they're going to be on one of our guest speakers. And I think it's really important to know kind of the logistics and the bylaws of Beachbody to make sure we're running our businesses correctly so that they can't ding us for anything, and that we just know that we're running it to Beachbody's standard. I'm excited for her to be on our call. And then last thing I want to discuss before I go into the meat of the call tonight is the new ongoing Coach Sneak Peek group. I know we've mentioned this a couple times and it's now live. It's called Coach Info Group. I posted on the team page a couple times. I'm happy to share the link again. Make sure you add yourself to this group. I want to explain a little bit more about how it's going to work. So every Monday and Tuesday, there will be content that gets reposted, the same content, the 3 videos that explain what coaching is, as well as like a little welcome video. And then on Wednesday, we'll have a coach, a diamond coach from the team, go live and kind of share their story about how they got into coaching and their background. That's it. That is what you will invite your coach prospects to learn more about what it is that we do as coaches. All of the videos are going to get moved every Sunday night. So come Monday morning, everything will get posted again, Monday and Tuesday. Monday is when the welcome video goes up, and Tuesday is when the actual training videos go up of what we do as coaches.
Oh, is that your coach?
Yes.
Oh,
Hey
I
there.
thought you had brown.
I just muted you, Kate. I hope that's okay. Heard you, sweet little one. But anyway, the purpose of us taking the post down and reposting that is just to keep the group fresh. So as we add new prospects to that group, they're getting the content, and it's not just getting lost in some like ongoing group where content is just gets shuffled to the bottom. So everything will be fresh. So make sure you're adding yourself to that. For instance, I added 2 girls to that today, and I just said, hey, I have this coach info group. Do you want to check out some information? And they said, sure. And I added them, and I just said, the videos will get posted tomorrow. After you watch them, let's chat. And it doesn't mean you have everyone on a Sunday or a Monday, because the videos will be up in there all week long, every single week. But it's also a great opportunity for you to say, hey, the videos will be up on Tuesday. I'll check back with you then to make sure that you were able to watch the videos, and then I can answer your questions about coaching. So it gives you a day to follow up, right? Instead of just having it open-ended and knowing like, oh, well, I guess I could follow up with you anytime. So I like the structure of the date. So we'll see how it goes. This is a new format for us, but I think it's really gonna work well. And thank you for all the diamond coaches who have jumped in to volunteer to do those live calls on Wednesdays. Okay, so I'm excited about the topic of this call because I think it's really going to be beneficial to new coaches on our team as well as veteran coaches. I hear all the time, and I'm guilty of it too, just to put that out there. People always telling me, I just don't have to invite. Where do I find the people? I'm out of people. Who do I invite? I don't know how to find new people. I hear it all the time, you guys, and I am guilty of it too, like I said. So I wanted to focus this call around a few specific strategies on how you can find people, but also how you can invite them in different ways. But I want to have a little bit of a gut check before we go into my tips, because I have 6 tips on how to find new people to invite. But the first thing I want to get really clear about before you say that you are out of people to invite, I want you to do a little self-reflection on your social media. Because before I give you the tips on who to invite and the strategies in finding more people, you have to get serious and ask yourself, are you consistent AF in sharing what you do on your storefront, which is social media? Are you showing up every day? Do you talk about Beachbody? Do you share not just about sharing Beachbody? This is about sharing how Beachbody is integrated into your life and how it makes it better. But are you sharing? Are you letting people get to know you? Are you building that trust with your audience? You really have to do a gut check and know if you're doing those things or not. Because if you're not doing those things, being consistent on your media, then you can't even find people. Even find people aren't going to trust you. They're not going to know what you're doing. They're not going to know what you're about. So you have to really get real with yourself and ask yourself that question. Are you up on your storefront? Are you putting yourself out there, and are you sharing what you have to offer people? And are you sharing what the heck just happened? Can everyone hear me okay? I got kicked off for a second. I'm back.
Okay. Kinsey, you've been a little bit glitchy the past like minute.
Okay, let me try and switch my Wi-Fi here. 1 second. Thank you for letting me know. Our internet's been now. Is it okay now, you guys? I see I'm glitchy.
It's probably the same, but it usually comes in and out. So keep doing your thing. If it gets really bad, I'll let you know.
Okay, am I back? Can you guys hear me? Okay, we'll see if that works. I have two Wi-Fi extenders and I never know which one's gonna be better or not. So anyway, you get my point. You have to be honest with yourself if you're showing up on your storefront. The second thing you have to do, oh, excuse me, I'm gonna talk about the storefront for one more second, because I feel like the ingredient to success, there's two ingredients. The first being showing up on social media, and then the second is inviting, because you can't have one without the other, right? You can't just assume that you can go and throw up a post on social media and assume that everyone's going to flock to you. But conversely, you can't just assume that by inviting someone to something that you never post about is going to get them jazzed to join you. So you have to have both pieces of the puzzle. And then the second thing I think you guys need to get really clear about and ask yourself, and I heard this quote on actually a call that I was listening to this morning about sales kind of, it's in order to sell others, you have to be sold yourself. So that means, do you truly believe in what you're offering people? Because if you're not sold yourself, you can't expect other people to be sold on something that you're not even bought into, right? And that has to do with coaching and with customers and our total solution. Do you believe in the total solution of a challenge pack? Do you believe in the value that you're offering someone? And do you believe in the coaching opportunity? Are you sold on it? Has it changed your life? Because if you're operating from a point of not being sold on something, then people are going to feel that and not be able to join you or not build that trust with you. So I really want you to get clear on that too. Like, are you bought into what you are sharing with other people? And if you're not, maybe you need to dig deeper into why. Why is that? Okay, so I have 6 tips on how you can reach another audience or grow your audience, reach out to more people. And again, some of these things you may have heard before. I have said these things before, I'm sure of it. But I also want you to know that if you've heard these things before, there's probably a good reason why I'm saying them again, because success leaves clues, and we're going to do the things that work. And I'm going to share the things with you that I do on a daily basis to help me find a new audience or to engage with people or invite people to my challenge groups or to coaching. So the first thing, the concept of serving the people at your table first, I will talk about until the end of time, because it's so true. People come to me and they're like, Kinsey, I'm out of people. I don't know who to invite. I invited everyone. I was like, you invited everyone. You invited every single person that's on your friends list. You've invited every coworker, every mom in your kid's classroom, every person that you've connected with ever, you've invited them already. Okay, cool. Okay. And then if you have invited them already, then we can talk about how to find more people. But I want you to just know that you have to serve the people in the network that you're already connected to, because your warm market is everything. And I don't really necessarily believe in a cold and warm market. I think your warm market just grows as you connect with more people, because there's people I would consider that are in my warm market that are strangers still to me, but I've connected with them, so they have that trust with me. So I consider them more of my warm market than a stranger. So just know that you have to serve the people that are already at your table and already in your network. Okay. So maybe take a little self inventory of your friends list, like, or your coworkers or who you could invite that could really use something like this. Because like I said, if you're sold on what you have to offer people, you'd be offering it to every single person that walked near you. Okay. So you have to be willing to offer it to those around you at your table first. Okay, number two, the second kind of group of people that I reach to for inviting is anyone that watches my Instagram stories. I feel like if anyone is peeking in on my everyday life that I have to share, they're going to invite. I don't small talk these people, you guys. I just go in and I say, hey, I saw you checking out my workout clip from yesterday. That workout was killer. Have you ever done it before? Or have you ever done any Beachbody workouts before? That's ask them. So I ask them directly, have you done this workout? Have you ever done a Beachbody program before? Or are you currently working out? I just go straight for it. And maybe that wasn't a straightforward like invite to a group, but it starts a conversation. And maybe in the next point of the conversation, I am going to invite them and say, hey, PS, do you know I run these monthly accountability groups that you get access to all these workouts that you see me doing every day? It really ties into them watching you, right, in your conversation, because they're watching you and they know they're watching, they're watching you. So don't be afraid to just reach out to anyone that's watching your stories, which goes back to posting on social media and sharing your journey, right? If you're not sharing on your stories, who are you going to invite? There's nobody there watching if there's nothing to watch. So make sure you're being consistent on sharing, so you do have that pool of people to pull from. Okay, the other thing I love, and it's a great tool I think we forget about, and this is especially great for new coaches, is the memory jogger document that exists in the Coach Online office under the business tools, the Grow My Business tools. Such a great document, you guys. I meant to have the thing to share here with the link, but I forgot to copy and paste it before the call. But the memory jogger, it's so great. It just kind of breaks down different people in your life that you could possibly reach out to, or maybe want to do a group with you. So if you have time, go check out the memory jogger. It's, like I said, a great tool to help new coaches just who are starting from square one on who to invite. Okay, number 4 is Reels. Reels is where it's at, y'all. My following has grown so much since I started doing Reels, and not just that my following's grown, that people are liking my Reels that don't follow me yet, which means that I, through my Reels, not who's watching them, because you can't see that, but who's liking them. And I reach out to those people and I start a conversation with them based on whatever my reel is about. A lot of the time I post things on my reels that are just funny. Like today I posted one about wanting wine at like 2 p.m. So if I were going to reach out to those people who liked that, I would obviously start the conversation from there. But it's just another avenue for you to get new eyes on your account, because Beachbody, Instagram and social media loves when you use their new things. They want you to use those things. So, and I know it can be scary, but reels don't have to be intimidating, guys. You don't have to lip sync or learn some ghetto dance. Like, you can do whatever feels comfortable for you. A reel can literally just be you talking. It could be you talking with subtitles, just like a story, but it's posted to reels. So it gets different views than a story would. Okay. Random people are not seeing your stories. Only the people who are following you see your stories. But anyone can see your reels if you have a public profile. Okay. So that's how you're finding those new eyes on your account. Okay. Number 5, referrals. This is something on a training call that got brought up a week or so ago that I was on, and it was from Josh Coates. And he said, we as coaches do not utilize referrals enough. And I think he nailed it, because I know I'm definitely guilty of this. But in any other business in the world, every other business runs off referrals. How many subscription things or DoorDash, whatever you've signed up for that says, hey, give this code to a friend and they get $10 off and you get $10 off? Like, that exists. Oh my gosh. Did my thing just freeze again? No. Where am I? Oh, crap. I just minimized, getting excited. I was clicking things. But anyway, you know what I mean. Anything out there, there's a referral code, or they're asking you to share it with a friend and get some kind of perk for doing so. Why don't we do this more? It's so easy and natural. Just say, these challenge groups are awesome, but do you know how much more fun they are when you have a friend come with you and do it with you? I know when I first was joining my coach Sarah's challenge groups, I referred like 6 people to her because I was just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. I can't wait to tell my friends about it. And I sent her like 6 people. And I don't think all of them bought challenge packs, but some of them did. So don't be afraid to ask for referrals. And a simple way to do it is maybe for a current challenger, maybe you're asking for a referral for the next group, and you could say, hey, I've loved having you in my bod group. I was curious if you have a friend you think you might want to do this with, and you get some killer results too, like a sister or coworker or your bestie. I just love to give a free gift anytime someone joins me with a friend. Who pops into your head that might want to do this with you? So I asked an open-ended question at the end. I said, who, not do you have anyone? I specifically asked them who wants to do this with you. And I also gave them a few memory joggers in there, like, do you have a sister or a coworker or a friend? Don't just say, hey, you're great. Do you think anyone would want to do this with you? Like they're going to say, no, can't think of anyone. So be that memory jogger for them, and maybe try and point out a few people that they could also invite. And then the key to referrals, guys, is getting in a 3-way message with that person and their friend. Don't say, oh, if you want to send me their info, I'm happy to reach out to them. No, there's no trust there. That other person doesn't know you. So ask that your challenger, say, hey, if you wouldn't mind putting you and Sally and I in a thread together, you can say, hey, this is Kinsey, this is the girl I've been talking about, and I can take it from there and share all the information so you don't feel like obligated to know all the things, because they're just a challenger, right? Most likely our customer. They don't know all the things yet. So really just referrals, referrals, referrals. You can offer a free little incentive if you like. You don't have to. Guys, it could be a free sample pack of Energize. You send them in the mail with a thank you card. It doesn't have to be anything big. I think people appreciate small gestures. And then get them in a 3-way message so you can close the sale. Okay, last tip. The fortune is in the follow-up. I surprise myself time and time again when I scroll through old messages and I find conversations that had gone completely dead that for some reason I didn't track or remember that I had a conversation going with this person, and I follow up with them and they decide to join me. 6 months later, 2 years later, 5 years later, they're all of a sudden ready. So I love that I heard from a coach one time. She said, I will follow up with someone until they say yes or one of us dies. And I have stuck that mantra in my head since then and use it all the time, because I never get poor responses from people if I get ghosted. Sure, if they say F off, that's fine. I've never had that happen. I've never. I think people will just not respond to you, but that's okay too, right? So just don't be afraid to follow up with people, even if your conversation went completely cold 2 years ago. Say life happens. Hey girl, how are you? Life happens. I just, I know we were chatting forever ago about you joining one of my bod groups. I'm still here. I'm still doing it. That shows something right there, right? Consistency, that 2 years later you're showing up. And that's where that trust is built with customers too, right? They want to keep seeing consistency in what you have to offer, because sometimes that's what it takes for someone to finally join you. They want to see that you're not just a flash in the pan. You're just not one of those girls, everyone else signing up for the thing, asking people to join them. No, you're still here. You're still here over time. And that speaks volumes to people, I think, when they see you continuing to show up and continuing to follow up. Okay, a couple closing things I want to say on my topics here, and then we'll open it up to questions. But I heard this again on a call today. I got some great nuggets. I was like, I have to share this with the girls. I think it can be really intimidating to do all of the things I just listed. All 6 of those things are scary, right? Especially if you're a new coach. But guys, I've been a coach 6+ years, and those things still scare me. It scares me to follow up with someone. But when you're doing something consistently, that's where your confidence built. Consistency breeds confidence. You only get better at inviting by inviting more. You only get better at inviting to coaching by inviting to coaching more. And last but not least, I just want you guys to remember this, because it can be really discouraging to get no's or to get people to ghost you, because it happens to all of us. But the fact is, most people that you talk to are not going to join you. But the ones you do will have their lives changed forever. So don't be afraid of the ghosts or the no's, because there are people out there who are going to join you and who you will have a huge impact on their life. All right. Hopefully that wasn't too broken up. I apologize about my connection. I'm going to go back and see if there's questions. You guys can unmute yourself if you have questions. Thank you for whoever posted the memory jogger, Stephanie. Aw, thanks, Candace.
Tara had a question, if there's like a suggested number of reels per week, like if there's like a formula.
I don't know that there's well, I'm sure there's a formula. I don't know it, but I loved, I follow Brock Johnson, who I talked about on our last call, and he does like that 30 reels in 30 days. So I've just kind of been trying to mimic that and just have one reel that I post a day. And if I don't have one every day, that's okay. But I try to shoot for 5 a week, at least, you know, close to every day.
So if I'll say real quick, I do know that if you can do 7 a.m., noon, and what is it? 7 a.m., noon, and 5 p.m., I think. And I believe that's, no, gosh dang, I'm not really exactly sure whose timing that's going to be on, but I will say that they do recommend if you can post like up to 3 times a day and 4 to 7 reels a week, because just think about it. If you are that person that's posting every single day, multiple times a day, let alone the really popular stuff, versus somebody else who's just kind of like dropping it here and there, consistency is in the pudding. I mean, it's just the truth of it. The more often you do it, and it can be a complete pain in the butt on some days, guys. But that's where, if you have a day where you're like, hey, I got like an hour, bust out like 3 or 4 reels and save them in your drafts and then drop them every day. Trust me on this. I know Ken's probably does this too. So sometimes we just got to do what we got to do.
Literally, yes, that is genius advice. Literally, if my hair and I have makeup on, if it's done, I'm creating multiple reels. I've changed outfits, you guys, to make multiple reels in one day, because I'm just like, I'm going to bust these out and save them in my drafts. I have one sitting in my drafts right now, but I can't post it on a work night because I'm drinking wine. So I just don't want it to like intermix if people are like, and this filmed another time. But
yep.
Also, another thing I've heard is, I mean, you can look at your insights if you have a business Instagram, that you can go to your insights and see when your views are highest, which for me, for some reason, is like 2 p.m. So they say if whenever your views are highest, to post a couple hours prior to that, because your content will be there, and then it'll be there for the people who show up to check in.
There is also, I know this is a little bit more in depth. If you guys, I don't know if you listened to, actually, it's funny, you were talking about Brock Johnson and Chalene Johnson. We all know Chalene. They have the Tribe, it's their podcast for the 2 of them. It's phenomenal. You will learn, it will blow your mind, the amount of stuff off of Instagram you will learn from them, let alone if you follow them. I'm actually part of their club. It's called Insta Club Hub. I do pay $27 a month for it, but I will say worth every penny. You learn so much, and you can get a hella good engagement. Like standard engagement is 2% of your followers. But because I've been following some of their stuff, not even to the T, I'm getting like 40%. Wow. So really consistent, stick with what they're doing. You don't even have to join their club thing, but following them, listen to their podcast. They have a ridiculous amount of great information. I highly suggest it.
Yes, preach. I agree. Their stuff is gold. And I just love the both of them.
So glad you brought up their club, because I think I brought up to you, Kinsey. I asked you if you knew anybody that was in it. And
I didn't know Kate was in it.
I was talking it, like deciding if I want to invest in it or not. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait till this summer when I have some time to actually like sit down and look through it. But all right.
Maybe this is your sign. Kate says yes.
And I will also say that there's a couple of creators that you can follow that are free that will put up a 3 minute or 1 minute reel, even, where they give several different tips. that are like, wow, this is really cool. So even if you're just starting, some of those smaller things that don't have a monthly investment are worth the time to see what other people are doing.
Yep. Yeah. You do not have to feel like you have to pay into something to get great content. Like, I always love that Rachel Hollis always said, like, I learned everything I knew from a Google search bar. It's so true. Anything you need to know is on the internet. So utilize it. It just takes time sometimes to learn a new platform or learn something like this, but have fun with it, guys. I have got such great feedback from people on Reels because I'm just out there making a damn fool of myself. I know Kate makes a fool of herself too. She's really good at it. But it's just fun, and that's what people want to see, right? It's just whether or not it has anything to do with fitness, that's where that trust component comes from, and that's where that entertainment factor comes from. People want to be entertained, they want to get value, and that's how that trust is built with you and then in your following.
I agree.
And then it makes those invites less scary because they're following you for a reason. And if you're showing up on your storefront, they know you're a freaking Beachbody coach. So the invite's not going to come from left field when it finally happens.
Yeah, I think personal connection is huge. I know I have that from the hair thing, and McKenna, you probably do too. That if people can actually make a personal connection with you online before they actually ever decide to purchase into you, because let's be honest, they're not purchasing Beachbody, they're purchasing you. They want to make that connection. And if they do, they're sold for life.
Yep, 100%. Any other questions, you guys? This is good stuff. Hopefully the recording didn't get messed up because I'm sorry about my connection. We're actually getting a new router tomorrow, so see if that helps. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining us. That was a great call, and I'm excited for the new product launch on the 19th. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and feel free to reach out if there's any questions. I'll try and get this recording up as soon as I can, and like I said, hopefully it's not screwy because I got kicked off. All right, you guys, have a great evening.
Thank you. Bye.